This is the real me. This all I got. This all I got. I can't go back. No, I can't hold back. This is the real me. This all I got. This all I got. I can't go back. No.
Welcome to the Good Vibes Only podcast with the great vibes on anywhere. So sit back and wind up, take your mind for a little bit of time and enjoy. On today's podcast, we have a very special guest. She is a modelette. No, I tried to sound French. It didn't work well. But she is a model, and a lot of her content is with good intentions. Hence the subject of the podcast is good intentions. It seems to me that she does a lot of things with intention, so to me that would be a perfect guest. She's also a streamer on Pokecha, so that I don't know. Don't judge me. A lot of people say it that way, and I always laugh when they say it. So I gotta keep the tradition going of messing up.
I honestly don't even know how to properly say it.
I don't think anyone does. It's fine.
I don't know if it's Pococha. I don't know what it is.
You know what? It is what we say it is today. But with further ado, we have the one and the only Vivid Queen.
Hi, guys.
So I always introduce the guests, and as you have already known, if anybody's watched, unless you've been living on a rock, it's fine. We always like to introduce our guests, but we always, I don't want to disrespect the guests, so I want to give you the opportunity this way. I want to give you the opportunity to introduce yourself. So, without further ado, who is Vivid Queen?
Okay, that's a hard question. Who is Vivid Queen? Content creator, gamer, entertainer, overall the jokester of the group. Even though my jokes may not be all that funny, but I'm always trying.
Hey, look, to have the joke is to understand the joke. I've been making myself laugh a lot. When I say I make myself laugh a lot, I make myself laugh maybe a little too much. Like it be going a little too far sometimes. I don't really know it. I'll be having I'll be in my head, I'll be talking, and then all of a sudden and then now somebody wants to know what I'm laughing. Me. So you get it.
That's me. I will be with my friends and I'll have a joke to tell and I'll be laughing the entire time. Like nobody knows the joke yet, but I'm dying. I'm dying.
It don't look. Hey, look, that ties perfectly into the subject. It don't matter what you thought the intention of the joke was. The intention was for me to understand the joke, and if you get it, you get it. If not, whatever. I got it.
It's whatever.
It's whatever. So, so let's just get into it. So, when we talk about good intention, right? When it comes to life and all this other stuff, what do you think the impacts of good intention have on like your on a person's day to day life, and also having good intention when you go out the day? What do you think that affects you as a person? How do you think that affects you as a person?
Well, it really affects how you operate, whether you realize it or not. When your intentions are good, it changes the way you see the world, it changes the way you operate in the world and how you see things. Really, like, I'm not sure exactly how to explain it, really, but it's more so, it's an energy that you give off, when you're giving off bad energy and bad intentions, it may not hit you in the moment, but it always comes back.
Yes, I definitely agree. I definitely agree with how it goes. Because for me, whenever it comes to intention, it's actually kind of the same. It's actually the same thing you just said. It kind of like goes with how your day is gonna go, how you're gonna move, or how everything else is gonna go. Because if you don't move with something with like this type of intention, then you might not go. You might not get the outcome that you want to get. So my thing is,
Exactly.
so when it comes to like that same type of, the next question is, when it comes to that same type of intention, whenever you uh if you put all your intention, or like the purest of intention, into you do something with like the utmost intention, and then you don't get the outcome that you want, right? What is a good way that you feel that you validate the your work, and also the way you looked at it when you came into it? How you validate your intentions when something doesn't go the way you want it to
Well, it's a simple sentence. It's not your time.
go? Mm,
And a lot of people validate their work on like views and likes and stuff, but sometimes it's just not your time. You work super hard on something and you put it out with your good intention, and it won't get any traction. Nobody will care. It doesn't matter to anybody, but it's just not your time. And when it's your time, you will see the fruition. But sometimes you just have to sit back, talk to yourself, and be like, hey, I know this is something that doesn't make you feel good right now, but it's just not your time.
yes. Uh, I wish a lot of people understood that thought process. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I struggle with that same thought process, but I do wish a lot more people understood it as much, because like there's a thing where people don't understand. Like, if you did your hardest at something, you put your heart into something, and you did something with like the best of intentions of like, all right, this is what I intended to be like, this is what I intended to look like, and it doesn't work out that
Yeah,
way, and you put your all into it, then this is what she just said. It's not your time. This is not your opportunity.
it's not your time.
And who knows? Who knows? What if you would have got the opportunity, and then you would have went through so much crap and then lost all love in it, because you took this opportunity that might have done you this way, or might have done you that way. So you never know. You never know where you're what's really a blessing, what's really not a blessing.
So I actually have a short story on something like that, and it's kind of a messed up story,
Oh, wait,
but
we here.
uh, I see it in a positive light now. When I was younger, so I grew up in Jamaica, and when I was younger, I saved to buy a vehicle. Now, I wanted to drive so bad because living in Jamaica, getting from point A to point B on public transportation is not fun. It's not fun at all. And then people get robbed on the buses. It's like you gotta really look out for yourself and stuff. So yeah, it happens sometimes. I actually got robbed on a bus, which is one of the reasons why I was like, you don't forget this. I wanna buy a car. I'm gonna buy a car. So I saved up to buy a car, and I was going through a friend, or what I thought was a friend at the time, and he basically took all my money and dipped. And I know, like, listening to the story is like, where's the good intention? Like, what's going on? But at the time that I was saving for a vehicle, I was working my butt off.
Hmm.
Like I had my main job, and then I had side jobs, and I was grinding and using all of my money to save up to get this vehicle. Now, honestly, it was a very devastating time for me. I was very hurt. I actually didn't want to do anything after that. But looking back at it now, after owning a vehicle, um, I realized that at that time, it was not my time. It
Hmm.
was not my time to own a vehicle. And if I had owned a vehicle in that time frame, I wouldn't be able to maintain it. I wouldn't have been able to put gas in it. I wouldn't have been able to do like the little things that you need to do when you own a car, insurance, tax, whatever it is. And I never thought about those things at that time. I just wanted a vehicle. Not to say that I am happy I got scammed, because if you're listening, whoever you are, sir,
I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you.
Anyways, anyways,
It's just me and you.
but it's just exactly just me and you. But um, I'm not saying that, but I am saying that I did put good intentions out there and I didn't get what I wanted, but it just wasn't my time. And yeah,
I think for me I think for me the takeaway on that is at least you know how at least you know at least you now know how to grind. that
yeah,
the intention the outcome may not have been the one that everyone wanted or the one that everyone needed in the situation, but in all honesty, it's the intent and the work you put into it. All right, so
exactly.
the outcome may not be the one you wanted, but hey, it's whatever. I'm pretty sure like whatever I'm pretty sure whenever certain artists, certain famous artists that we know, started doing music, they didn't think, hey, if I say the wrong word or if I don't show up for this show, if I don't do this for like 12 nights in a row, for like 12 hours for 12 nights in a row, then I'm done. So
Yeah,
that's like the work. You work for years, and then you get to that point, and then you might, and then there's more work. So I feel like it's a good thought process of hey, sometimes a no is a good no. All right, look, listen, bro, you ain't gonna be able to afford this car. All right, you might be able to pay it outright, but now you got to keep working to maintain the car. So you might want to wait.
exactly.
So it's a good lesson because now you can maintain the car, and I'm pretty sure now you have a better car than what you were gonna pick.
Yeah, I honestly, when I chose the vehicle that I wanted to save for, I was just saving for a vehicle just to get a vehicle. You know, it wasn't like, oh my God, I love this. It was just that is a car. I need a car. Two plus two equal four. You,
Then
you know what I'm saying?
the math is
The math is mathing.
you see it, you see
Um,
it.
but yeah, you're right because after that incident, I learned that I could hustle harder than I thought I could hustle. You know, I realized that the kind of person that I am, no matter what situation I'm in, I'm gonna make money.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly,
gonna make money.
exactly. We had this I had this like situation when I was in like college, right? So
Hmm.
whenever I like started like figuring out like what I want to do with life and all this other stuff, I chose electronics. And not only did I choose electronics, I chose computer science, programming, coding, right? And I only chose coding because in high school there was like, hey, as a startup, this is $100,000 a year. I was like, bet. And I was like, I don't even care. I don't even care if I don't like it. I'll learn to like it. So I was like, all right, cool. So I chose the career path in high school. And then when I got to college, I chose the career path in college. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna do this. The problem was in high school, I chose engineering, and I really did like robotics engineering. I really like engineering because once you actually,
That's rich.
yeah, it's confusing at first. Once you understand it and understand what the words, it's just the words. It's like it's confusing. It's just the words and all the acronyms that confuse me, not the coding itself. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I don't know how to use a decibel. What is a decibel? Anyway, but so we were going through. I was going through that, and then college. There was a situation where I didn't realize that I should just choose robotics engineering in college as well because I didn't realize that I didn't like the coding part of it. I didn't like the coding part of it because it was too much. It was like, hey, bro, I don't want to code all this crap. I don't feel like coding all this crap. I just want to code it and then test it and see what it is and what it's doing. I want to code it and then test it,
Yeah.
see what it. Because that's what robotics engineering is. It's code it, test it, see what it is. So I ended up sticking with it for a whole like not associate. what's the first degree? I think it's associates, right? Associate's degree,
Yeah,
right?
associates. That's the 2 year,
Yeah. So
and
I ended
then
up
bachelor is the 4.
sticking with it for like a whole associate's degree, and man, when I tell you, I flunked out the year after getting it. I was like, nah, this ain't. I was like, I can't do.
Oh
It got
gosh,
worse. I thought it was gonna get easier as I went on. I was like, nah, it got worse.
you thought it was gonna get easier?
I thought coding was gonna get because they started me out with Python. You don't start anyone out with Python. I had already learned Python and C plus, so I was like, these are the hardest two languages. This is easy, but no, they stuck me with easier coding languages, but more work. And I was like, hey, I was like,
That's
I,
crazy.
I didn't know how much. So I didn't know how much coding it went to just code the screen, just to code that. I didn't know how much it went.
Yeah,
It went into just the coding a screen. So I was like, all right, cool. And I was like, you know what? My intention was to make money, but my intention. At least I know how to do the work now. At least I know how to do. At least I know how
yeah.
to do
I
the work
mean,
now. And when I don't, when I realize, and at least I know when I realize that this is not for me. This is not it.
yeah. I hate coding. I won't be so honest. I did coding in high school, and how Jamaican schools work is they give you a taste of like basically everything, and you decide what you wanna like continue with. And I love technology. I'm a gamer girl. I'm a big sucker for IT. So I thought that coding was gonna be like the best thing ever, but I
Hey.
hated it. And for my last semester, you do SBAs in Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
right? They're school based assignments
Mm-hmm.
where they give you like a large project to do. In Jamaica, you do SBAs, and it's just large projects with like small individual projects in them, and it basically tests your strengths in the course and whether you understand the course enough to do the course.
Mm-hmm.
So we did our SBA for IT. So we did like Word, we did coding, Excel, a whole bunch of stuff, whole bunch of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. I got A plus on every single aspect except coding, which I got an F. And my teacher called me over and she was like, "Did you even try?" And I was like, "No, to be honest, I didn't." And she made me do it again, and I failed again. And she's like, "Did you try this time?" And I'm like, "Yes, I did try this time." And then I got frustrated. So my best friend,
Mm-hmm.
bless his heart, he was amazing at coding. So I was like, "Yo, you write a code for me. I'm gonna just slap it on my SBA. Best friends for life." So he did it, and I got like a 98%. And I thought that was the end of it, but my teacher called me in and she's like, "You didn't do
There's no
this.
way. There's no way you did that.
You didn't
Yeah.
do this."
Yo, so oh my God, I had the same I had the same situation. Listen, I swear to you, no, but in this situation, I was the coder, but it was confusing. Let me tell you why it's confused. Why I was confused, right? So whenever I went to this coding, I had lost the love I had lost the want to do coding at all. But like I have this thing like if I'm already far along, if I'm already this far along, I might as well just hit this milestone that I'm working towards and then just do it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it.
Yes.
So I was doing coding, and then this girl who always came with her kids, she always stuck them in like the nursery or whatever they call it. And so she was with her kid, and I went up and and I walked up to her. And I ain't gonna lie, I was trying to flirt at the time, but it's whatever. And so we started talking, and then she was like, I'm struggling. I was like, what you struggling with? She said, I'm struggling with coding and I don't understand it. And I was like, and she's like, she's like, but it's okay. I'll figure it out. I was like, well, what's the coding? And then she showed me this whole thing. Turns out we were in the same class. We had the same um, assignment. And so the assignment was to take a whole, this is when I knew this wasn't for me. was to take a circle, right? Was not.
Okay.
By the way, you had to code the circle in. By the way, so so it was to take a circle, right? It was to take a circle, make the circle go smaller, and then turn that circle into rings, right? Where the inside of it was empty, but the outside of it was just rings, right? Was to take it like that and then do it like this. And it had to do it all in concession. And I'm thinking, oh, this is easy. I could just do it. I could just go by the circle, right? And then she was like, oh, yeah, by the way, y'all got to use Python. I was like, wait, hold up, hold up. You got to code everything in Python, not just the you. I can't just put the circle in Python. I have to code the circle, and then I got to code everything around the circle. What? Why would we use this language? Whatever. So we did. So we were. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I was like, all right, cool. I had already finished mine. I looked at hers, and she was like, yeah. And I was like, hmm. I don't feel like explaining this to you. It took me
It's like
three.
too
It
much
took
to
me three
explain. I'm
days
gonna
to
just do
figure
it.
this out. It took me 3 days to get this right. I don't feel like explaining this to you, and you find it all. I didn't tell her this in my face, but I think I said it in my mind. I was like, "You find it all, but it's gonna take a little payment for me to do this. I don't think I'm. I don't think I'm just. I think I'm gonna need. I think I'm gonna need cash on this in this situation. So I was like, hey, I'll do it for $20. Man, I gave her $20 back. I'm like, I'm not redoing this. I got halfway done. I got halfway done with it and left her notes. I was like, here you go. I was like, here's your $20. Here's your notes. I'm done with this crap. You
Just
good?
forget it. It's not
You
worth it.
you good? Cause like legit, I don't know what's up with coding. You could do something one time, and I'm not even kidding you. I copied my exact coding. I was like, all right, cool. This will be easy.
And it
So
didn't right.
I copied my exact coding. For some apparent reason, it wasn't accepting my exact coding that it was accepting on my computer, and I don't know why.
I hate that.
I don't
I
know why
hate
it
that.
wasn't.
And it's and you know what's the really messed up part about coding? It could be just because of a comma, some random comma in the entire thing. And it's like the code is so big. How are you gonna find the comma?
How am I supposed to find this? It takes 5 minutes, guys. Everyone out here, anyone with the intention. Look, this is good intentions. Anyone with the intention of becoming a coder, it takes 5 minutes. I admire you, and you should be a coder if you want to be a coder. But I admire you because it takes 5 minutes to code anything. I take it back. It takes 15 to 30 minutes to code anything. It
That
takes
sounds about right.
3 hours to fix it. It takes 3 hours, and not even like 3 hours of all right, cool. I'm gonna go and eat something. All right, cool. All right. I'm back at it for like 30 minutes. Cool. I'm gonna eat. No, 3 hours of just straight. No, no.
Because if you stop, you're gonna have to start over.
Yeah, you're gonna have to start over and figure out all right, where am I going wrong with it? Not, and then you gotta look up modules. How am I supposed to do this? I already did that. What the fuck? Oh, okay. It's not that line. It's 3 lines down that coincides with this or whatever. And anyway, so that was the issue. That was like the issue. But that this is great. This is great conversation. But this is the unfortunately this is the end of the podcast. But as we always like to do, I always like to leave people with a good like word and a good like motivation. So, is there anything that you would like to say to the people out there? It doesn't have to be on good intentions. It could be just anything in general. So, is there anything that you would like to say to the people out there? Any advice, whatever, or when it comes to good intention, or just in general?
Okay. I guess the best thing I could say is don't let people tear you down. A lot of the times we will have things that we want to do, but because Sally said it's stupid or Tom said that's weird, you don't do it. And that's how a lot of us get our blessings blocked from thinking that other people's opinions are worth more than ourselves. So keep going. If you want to wear that big pink dress to the mall, then do it. If you want to figure out some new way to fly planes, just do it. You'll never know what you can create and what you can become.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's my advice.
Look, guys. Weird means different. Different means unique, and unique means you're not basic.
That is it.
So,
That's literally it.
so with that being said, I want to thank my guests for being so awesome and being on the show. I want to thank everybody and the listeners for being around and listening to the podcast. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. And until next time, much love, peace, and soul food, baby. Bye.
This is the real me. This all